terrorists win.
Hey everyone, Rob here from Fire Team 6, and for today, for part 2 of Team Tactics, we're going to talk about formations. Now there's only 3 basic formations that our team uses in Airsoft, Milsim, whatever you want to call it. Okay? First formation we're going to talk about is the Skirmish Line. It's the most basic formation, and it's the most important to know, and it's the one that you're going to use offensively most of the time. Okay? Basically, there's a line of people all facing the same way, about 10 to 15 yards between each other, maybe as much as 25 yards. You just want to be close enough together so that you can still support each other's fire when you're shooting at a common enemy. Alright? So more distance is better. You don't want to be clumped up, but you don't want to be so far apart you can't support each other. But basically, this whole line is just going to move as a line this way. Okay? The advantages are that offensively, it gets all your guns facing the same way. And because you can support each other, it gives you a huge advantage offensively. Okay, another advantage of it, it's really easy to turn into flanking maneuvers rather quickly. If these are 2 bad guys, it's pretty easy for these 2 guys here to move over here and start flanking. Very easy to flank people using a skirmish line. Okay. Other advantages is it's really good for if you got a bunch of people hidden in brush or something like that, and you're not quite sure where they're at. Like, say these 2 are hidden, it's really easy to just move this whole line forward as a unit and flush these guys out. Okay? Disadvantages. It's brutally slow. This is not a fast way to move from one point to another. Okay? Problem is that, let's say these guys over here have relatively flattened terrain with no obstructions, and these guys got to go through valleys and weeds and God knows what else. You can only move as fast as the slowest person, so that the people who are slow are going to hold up the whole group. It's a very slow moving formation. It's also really easy to spot. Okay, so you can see it coming from quite a ways off. Those are the disadvantages of it. But offensively, hard to beat. Next formation we're going to talk about is the column. Okay, just like that. Everybody's moving the same direction. Once again, you want about 5 to 10 yards between each person. I wouldn't go as much as 25, probably just 5 to 10. Because the primary purpose of this formation is to move quickly from one position on the field to the other. Okay? And that's the advantage, is that you're all going the same path, you're all going the same speed, and you're not likely to get detected when you're moving through enemy territory in a single file line as opposed to a skirmish line. So it is very, very fast. The problem is, its weakness is offensively, it's horrible. If you run into contact up here, this first guy's pretty much screwed. Okay, and basically what's got to happen is everybody else has got to come up online to assist him, and that takes a long time to do. It's not realistic for that to happen. So ideally, when you're in a column moving, you're trying to avoid contact, you're not trying to find it. The only exception to this is when some knucklehead runs into you on the side, then everybody just turns and you have a built-in skirmish line ready to go. This is not very common, but it is worth noting. That can happen. All right? Last formation we're going to talk about is the diamond. Okay? Doesn't have to be 4 people. You can have 5 or 6. You can just sparse them in here. But basically, a diamond is a small unit formation when you're not really sure where the enemy's at. Okay, maybe you're in a really big field, like a 1,000-acre field, and you're not sure where the contact's going to come from. So you have to travel from one point to another and still be safe, not knowing exactly where the threat is. That's when you would use a diamond. It's a very flexible formation offensively. Okay, so let's say here's your bad guy, and bad guy comes from here. Okay, and the nice thing about the diamond is this guy can face, this guy can face, he can move here, he can move here, and very quickly you've formed a skirmish line for that threat. You can do that anywhere, no matter where the threat comes. Threat's here, turn like this. Okay, that's the advantage of the diamond. Basically, when you're moving in this formation, let's say we're moving this way, this is your point man. He decides the direction to travel. He kind of dictates the pace. He's responsible for everything up here, right flank, everything over here, left flank, everything over here, and the rear security, theoretically, everything behind you. That doesn't mean he walks backwards, by the way. He walks the same direction of everybody else, just every once in a while he'll stop, look over his shoulder, do a quick 180 scan of everything, make sure nobody's following him. Okay? That's the diamond. Excellent formation for a small team. Not necessarily critical that you know it. Main one you want to know, once again, is skirmish line. Skirmish line is the most important. If you got to know two, know the skirmish line and the column. Okay, column's great for covering distance quickly. And this one is just good all around, moving through areas as a small team. Okay? If you guys got any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section and we can chat about it. Thanks for watching.